And the co-main event, we got one of the better fights on the card here with Damon Jackson taking on Chepe Mariscal. Damon Jackson, he's just been able to hang around in the UFC, man. He's gotten these key victories. His last fight, it was a pivotal fight between him and Alex Hernandez, kind of a crossroads fight for both guys. And Damon Jackson got the win, man. It was pretty dominant, too. So he showed that he's still viable. He's still a good gatekeeper. And Chepe Mariscal has been kind of banging on that door. He's gotten some nice knockouts. Or I guess he hasn't gotten a knockout. He got that finish with Jack Jenkins, but it was an injury. But two really, really fun fights with Trevor Peek and his last fight with Morgan Charrier. And now they're giving him a legit, bona fide, high-level UFC guy that has maybe double-digit wins in the promotion, but if not, a lot of wins in the UFC. And we'll see if he can handle the wrestler test, too, which is he hasn't had to face anyone that really tried to take him down in his first three fights. And I think it's a really interesting matchup because you look at Chepe, he brings that chaos, and that's his game plan, man. He has decent judo, but I don't think he's going to be wanting to grapple or wrestle with Jackson. He's going to be wanting to keep it on the feet, throw those bombs, and he's gotten a little bit better with his technicality and his stand-up, and I think that that's gone a long way in him winning these fights. And I feel like the stand-up is going to be competitive when Jackson is fresh in round one because Jackson's going to be moving away, he's going to be longer, and he's going to be able to land strikes down the middle. Mariscal is very wide with a lot of his shots, but ultimately I think that Jackson slows down, and if he can't get that grappling wrestling game going, Mariscal is going to knock him out on the feet when he's more vulnerable in the second and third because Chepe doesn't get tired, or even if he does get tired, he fights through fatigue better than Damon, in my opinion, and he's going to be throwing heat on the feet, and Jackson doesn't have the best durability. But there has been fights where Chepe gets real wild, he gets taken down, and if Damon Jackson can get that body lock, get on top of Chepe Mariscal, he can grind him out and win or get a submission. I mean, that's Damon Jackson's game, man. The guy's a high-level grappler. If he gets on top of you, he's likely going to hold you down for the whole round and really wear on you. But honestly, I feel like this is one of these fights, and I'm actually usually pretty accurate when I say this, where I think Damon Jackson is going to be winning the fight. I think he's going to be maybe get a takedown, have a lot of control, maybe even get close to a submission, have a pretty easy round one victory. And I think that in the second or third, while he's coasting, he might even get another takedown in the second and have a lot of success there. But I just think that at a certain point in the fight, we're going to see him look fatigued, and then Chepe is going to capitalize and knock him out and get that marquee victory to get himself a ranked opponent. So I'm going with Chepe here. I just like the momentum of his career. I think that he's going to maintain his gas tank better. He's going to know that he's probably going to have to deal with the storm early, and he has the experience over 20 pro fights to keep that composure. And I think that Jackson is going to get tired like he has in a lot of fights, and it's going to get him knocked out. He is coming in here on short notice, and I think that's another factor of why I like Chepe here. If Damon Jackson was coming in tuned up, 2-month camp, maybe it could be Jackson that I would go with, but I'm going to go with Chepe Mariscal, and I'll say he gets a knockout in round 3.